What's up, Leafs Nation? Welcome back to another game preview, a presentation of Bet365, proud partner of the Leafs Nation pregame and the Leafs Nation After Dark. Open an account Bet365 today and bet on a huge range of markets, whatever the moment. It's never ordinary at Bet365. Remember to make sure when you sign up, use code NATION, NATION. That's all caps, NATION, NATION. when you sign up. We're going to be taking a look here today at game number 23 of the Toronto Maple Leafs regular season as they play their second game here in Florida, and this one against the Tampa Bay Lightning. A tough matchup the other day against the Florida Panthers, a Florida team that was going to be hungry, going to be pissed off about this Maple Leafs team coming into town being the new big bad Maple Leafs, number one in the Atlantic Division, rolling through teams with a ton of injuries. 7 guys they were down heading into the game against Florida on Wednesday, lose Bobby McMann in the process, and unfortunately, injuries catch up to them. You lose that game 5-1. Fall down in the standings a tiny bit, moving to 13-7-2, one spot ahead of the Tampa Bay Lightning. One spot, one more win, 2 more points. Same number of games played between each of these teams. The Toronto Maple Leafs just have 13-7-2. The Tampa Bay Lightning, 12-8-2. Very, very tight in the Atlantic Division as of right now, but also the big boys are going to remain. The big boys, they still remain at the top of this Atlantic Division. Teeing up tonight's matchup, we do finally get Auston Matthews. The return of Auston Matthews, and I know there's going to be a lot of people kind of wondering, what should we expect? What is he going to be like here tonight? I don't actually know, but honestly, the way I'm kind of anticipating this one and his return is that he's going to be 100%. Look, it seemed like he was going to play on Wednesday against Florida and ultimately never gets the tap to do so, or he decides not to, or the doctors decide not to. But no matter what, he's not being held out just for fun. They're obviously holding him out because they're saying, hey, we can get 1 more day, 2 more days of rest out of this guy, 2 more days of treatment out of this guy before we put him back full time into this lineup. Why not do that? Your team's trucking along. You won 7 of 9 without him in your lineup. You're not really like in this position where you're desperate for points or wins right now. So keep him out. Let him miss 1 more game. What's it matter if it means he's going to return to full health? So I expect him to be back at 100% here tonight. I don't think that there's going to be some drop off of his level of play or his ability because of some physical hindrance that he's experiencing. I don't see that being the case here tonight. I think if he's playing, he's 100%. So that's kind of my personal expectation of Auston Matthews' return to the lineup. Matthew Knies is going to be back here tonight as well. 2 games, upper body injury. Yeah. He smoked his head on the ice after taking a massive hit against the Vegas Golden Knights. He misses 2 games, likely a concussion there, probably experiencing some symptoms, or at least just the doctor saying, hey, there's no need for you to hop in and play because A, the team is playing well with guys out, so let's not rush you back, and B, I mean, hey, we get you on the IR. We can get some other bodies in here, try some other guys out, get some contracts sorted out. It just kind of win-win, extra rest for Knies. Now he's back into this lineup. For him here tonight, my expectations of the way he's going to play, I don't think there's anything that could ever get in this kid's way of playing his type of game. I don't think injuries, concussions, nothing would tell him to stop playing the physical go brand of hockey that Matthew Knies plays. So I don't see any changes coming for him here tonight. But changes for Matthews and Knies' style of play, maybe not. Changes to this lineup, yes, that is what we are getting here. So let's head on over to Daily Faceoff and take a look at the lineups that we have for tonight. Starting with the first line, this is where the biggest changes come, and not for Matthews and Knies, who have played together before, but for William Nylander. And no disrespect to the other guys I'm going to mention here, but Pontus Holmberg and Nick Robertson are not Auston Matthews and Matthew Knies. They are just not that good. They are not those style of players, and they are not capable of creating or being as big of a threat to the other team as Nick Robertson and Pontus Holmberg. This is a drastic upgrade for William Nylander in terms of line mates here tonight. And it's an upgrade to this Maple Leafs roster because you now push down. Guys, they just go down 1 peg, 1 slot on the depth chart of the roster of who's going out there and playing how many minutes. This is a huge upgrade for this team here tonight, getting these two guys back, pushing them into the first line role. I'm interested to see how this kind of sort of plays out for a William Nylander, though, because we have seen over time he is a great player when he's the focal point of a line here as well. I just pray that tonight in this game with Nylander and Matthews, and Willie has been absolutely rocking here lately, that he's not going to now kind of overthink or double clutch on some opportunities and try to feed Matthews when he doesn't need to, because that ultimately will put us behind the eight ball and kind of actually be a dagger to this roster here tonight. That will be a mess. I don't foresee that being the case, but there is that worry in the back of my head that that could happen here tonight. Line 2, Pontus Holmberg, John Tavares, Mitch Marner. Look, I'm going to continue to beat the dead horse or whatever saying you want to use here, but I have long thought that Mitch Marner and John Tavares are a far better pairing than William Nylander and John Tavares. All of a sudden, Johnny T back with Mitch, and it's like, whoa, where did these legs come from? Why is he playing like this? How is he so hot right now? And where's this resurgence? Mitch is playing really well. It's like, maybe these guys who have had some of the best years of their career playing together are actually really good here together and should go together. Also, on top of that, Matthews and Marner were not really buzzing there to start the season when they were playing together. Maybe it was Matthews' injury. Maybe it's just other teams figure them out. They become too predictable. Regardless, you switch these lines, split those guys up. Marner and Tavares have been unbelievable. I wish Bobby McMann could go in that spot, because a top 6 with him in there or Pacioretty in there, if he was healthy at this point, would be just chef's kiss at this point to see how they're going to match up against teams like Florida and Tampa. Obviously, these tougher competitions, but Pontus Holmberg slotting in that spot, I think it's obviously a downgrade from Bobby McMann, but I'm not really worried because I think that the level of play from Tavares and from Marner can at least elevate him into a role where he doesn't have to be asked to do as much. Whether you like it or not, he does have to do a little bit more when it's him, Nick Robertson, and William Nylander. Nylander obviously carries that line, but when he looks across to find another guy and it's Holmberg and Robertson and they're a step behind, yeah, it's going to hurt that line to a degree and maybe not the best pairing for Willie. But if you put Holmberg in an isolated position where his two line mates are Tavares and Marner, I think it helps him out a little bit as well. Third line here, Nick Robertson, Fraser Minton, Steven Lorentz. This is interesting. Obviously, we swap Lorentz into that third line. They're not going to put Grabenkin back in there and give us the full kid line anymore. I don't really mind that. Lorentz has been playing really well. He's a workhorse. He just does the right things, the little things. He's defensively responsible. He can kill penalties, block shots. Like, the guy just kind of does everything you need. He also, I don't want to say a different element than Grabenkin does, because they're both aggressive on the forecheck. They both get in after guys below the goal line. But I think that Lorentz maybe takes a little bit more of a methodical approach to the forecheck right now because of his veteran experience. He's been around. He's been in some tough moments. He's been in the Stanley Cup Finals. Like, he's been pressure tested to this point. The guy knows what he's doing when it comes to applying pressure on the forecheck and making sure you don't take yourself out of the play. Not that I think Grabenkin has done a poor job of that or hurt this team in any kind of way, but, you know, you put him up there with the kids and then he can kind of make it a little bit more of a balanced level playing field. Lorentz up, Grabenkin down. Grabenkin can kind of go in there with Alex Nylander and Connor Dewar and be a bit more of a loose cannon, which I think is fair because he is just go, 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 go. He's exciting. There is, this energy about him where he's willing to go anybody. He's hitting anybody, blocking stuff. He can create a little bit of offense here. Unfortunately, hasn't been able to get on the board yet. He did for like 30 seconds in the Florida game before they took the assist back away from him, but maybe it just helps balance some things out where you're going to go with Dewar and Nylander, a couple guys who have played some NHL games. Dewar is a responsible forward there as well. Grabenkin, maybe it balances things out where he can just go smash guys around, and Nylander and Dewar provide some of the stuff that he doesn't, or balance some things out defensively there. So those are your lines for tonight. As for our defense here, really no changes that we've seen, and it's not even worthwhile bringing up here. It's just Riley, Ekman Larson, McCabe, Tanev, Benoit, Timmins. Very happy with the defense early on. Very happy with the way that they play. Very happy with the pairings. no further comments. As for the power play units, Matthews and Knies slot into the first unit, which obviously means that our guys like Nylander, Grabenkin, Minton pushed out of the first unit. As of right now, we are also not seeing Fraser Minton on the second unit. I just want to point that out. So 5-forward unit right now on the first unit. Matthews, Nylander, Marner, Tavares, Knies. And then we are going to get Riley, Ekman-Larsson, Robertson, Nylander, Grabenkin as our second units here tonight. I think that this is interesting. I don't know exactly how long it's going to last, but to start the game could be exciting with 5 forwards out there in this first group. The only note, please, dear God, do not force feed Austin Matthews. The power play was fine before without him. Now that he's back, let's not jam every single thing to 34 just because we know he can shoot. There is no point, and that will just completely eviscerate the flow of the offense for the power play. I just don't want to see that under any circumstances here tonight. Those are your lineups for tonight. Anthony Stolarz looked like he was going to go. He's taking the starter's net here tonight against the Tampa Bay Lightning. Andrei Vasilevskiy believed to go. Oh, looks like we actually have a change as per Daily Faceoff right now. The last thing I saw was Stolarz, but I've just refreshed, and it looks like Joseph Woll is confirmed starting here tonight against Tampa Bay Lightning. Vasilevskiy on the opposite end looks like he'll be the guy who gets the nod to go head-to-head with Joseph Woll on this Maple Leafs team, which we know who Vasilevskiy is. He's a guy who can be an elite goaltender, but it's not like he is unpenetrable. You can score goals on him. You can find ways to get in the back of the net. Hopefully, this Leafs team is able to do so here tonight, and hopefully they're able to do it a lot because we're going to need a bunch of guys to get some stuff here if we're going to cash our best bet tonight. So let's head on over to our best bet, presented by Bet365. Bet365, best bets are brought to you by Bet365, proud partner of the Leafs Nation pregame and the Leafs Nation After Dark. You can open an account, Bet365 today, and bet on a huge range of markets. Use code NATION, N-A-T-I-O-N. That's code NATION, N-A-T-I-O-N. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Make sure to head on over there. That's where we've been betting this year, and we are currently up this season on our pregame best bets. If you've been following along, tracking the unit sizes, the responsible unit size, all that kind of stuff, you would be up $122 in profit in your pocket. That's 1.22 units based on how we're breaking this thing out this year. And I think we've got another good one here tonight. We're going to go over to the Bet365 screen. And I mean, obviously, college football rivalry week is on right now. So if you're going to be betting anything college football, you should be doing so over at Bet365 as well, because I mean, Michigan, Ohio State, all the big games, all the big teams are going at it here tonight. But I'm going to be taking a look over in the NHL section. We're going to go to the Maple Leafs. We're going to player props, goal scorers, and here we go. The big boy, Austin Matthews, anytime goal scorer, plus 110. We're going a full unit on this one. $100 profits you $110 here tonight. It's as simple as this. In the last 3 years of me betting on this Maple Leafs team, taking a deep dive every single game at the odds, what is the team lined at, what is the money line, the totals, the player props, where are guys slotting in, there has been a handful of times at most that Austin Matthews, anytime goal scorer, has been plus money. I don't care if he's coming back from an injury. As I said off the top, I think if he's coming back, he's 100% healthy. I don't care that it's the Tampa Bay Lightning and Andrei Vasilevskiy. Austin Matthews is an elite goal scorer. Austin Matthews is the best goal scorer in the NHL. He is normally lined at minus 110, minus 115, 20, 30 some nights. Plus 110 on his return. That's disrespectful. We are not going to see a plus number on Austin Matthews, anytime goal scorer, for a long, long time. If you want an opportunity to do so, I genuinely believe that this is just a number we're not going to see again for a while. This is not a number we see regularly on Austin Matthews. I'm jumping all over this one. $100 profits you $110. I mean, the handicap is as simple as that. The numbers themselves tell me, hey, this is a go, go, go. Then on top of that, it's the big dog in his return. You think he's not going to be fired up here tonight? You think he's not going to be ready to go? The boys aren't going to be fired up for him? come on. I feel like we're going to get a shot here with Austin Matthews to get in the back of the net. I'm pumped. I think that we get that here tonight from Matthews. And the other thing I'm pumped about, not just our best bet, which we are up on the season in those, but it's the fact that the Nation Gear Black Friday sale is on, and it's time to score big on Nation Gear. Whether you're repping the freshest designs or rocking the classics, this is your chance to snag all your favorites for 15% off. Big news as well, the brand new My City collection has dropped and is part of the sale, along with other fresh gear you don't want to miss. This is your shot to grab the latest styles and the classics at unbeatable prices. Need the perfect gift for your favorite fan? Nation Gear has you covered. From hoodies to hats, make this holiday season legendary for the hockey lover in your life. It gets better. Spend over $200 and we'll throw in free shipping. But don't wait on the sidelines too long. This deal is 1 week only. Shop now only on nationgear.ca. So make sure to head on over there and check that out. If you did enjoy the game preview here today, make sure to hit that like button. Comment down below your predictions. Is Austin Matthews getting on the board? What's the score here tonight? How do you foresee his return? Do you think the team will adjust well? I want to know all of that. Drop your comments down below. Make sure to hit that like button. Subscribe here to the channel. I'll be back for another edition of Leafs Nation After Dark following tonight's game against this Tampa Bay Lightning team. Hopefully high spirits for everyone involved, but we will see you then. Until the post game, until the After Dark, keep believing. For more content just like this, including game previews, post-game live shows, Leafs Morning Take, Monday through Friday with Nick Alberga and Jay Rosehill with special guests, as well as instant reaction videos. Make sure to be subscribed here to the Leafs Nation YouTube channel. Turn on notifications so you don't miss anything, and drop a like.